Now that we have our app all set up, if you go to the GitHub page and scroll down of InsecureShop, you may see that there are a list of vulnerabilities that are presented in front of you. So the first one being hard-coded credentials. We have discussed it in other applications as well. So we have to open the source code using JADX GUI of the APK file, and we are going to find for some default creds that are being used by the application. So if you open InsecureShop, you can see an amazing UI with a yellow design, and on the left side I want you guys to actually open the JADX GUI application. Let's open the InsecureShop APK file that we just downloaded. And the best way is actually, what I would suggest is go to the search bar and then just search for user creds or password, pass, all of these certain common strings that you could do instead of going throughout the whole code, which is a good practice again, because that's the sole point of static analysis, actually, to understand how the code is being implemented. But these are certain shortcuts, or let's say if you have a tight deadline, you might use some of these tips. So now when you search for the string user, there was nothing really in place. But when we search for user cred, you can see that in the get user creds class, there's this line which gives us a spoiler about the default credentials that are being used. Now if you navigate it, you can see it in front of yourself that the username is shop user and the password is as follows. So what we are going to do is simply enter these credentials in our application and see if we can get through. Yep. Now you can see that we have got access to the applications, and that was it about the hard-coded credentials vulnerability. In the next practical is about insecure data storage. So what we are going to do is, first we are going to open JADX GUI and navigate to the Android manifest file of the application. And as you can see that the login activity, do have a look at the code that is in front of you. And you may see that this is being saved, all of the username and the password is being logged or saved in the preferences folder. So what I'm guessing, this is something that is related to shared preferences, or maybe a preferences file that is in place. So all of these things or directories are actually present inside the mobile device. So that is something that we are going to do. So anything related to the application storing data, you have to do this. So let's move to ADB shell, cd data/data and application name. Now if you navigate to the shared preferences folder, likewise I said, and if you list the directories, there are two files, and the one that is of our use is the first one, that is preference.xml. If you open that file, I guess maybe we could get something. If you click enter, now you can see that, oh, there's a password that's really in clear text, and that was the user's password initially, and also we have the username as well, which was the shop user. So this is a very bad practice, but again, this is a vulnerable application. So this is about it. So in your case, when you're dealing with actually real world applications, it might be someone's credit card, it might be people's username or password or something like that. So you have to make sure that all of these things, even though if there's a need, this for the developers again, if there's really a need to store data, it's fine, but make sure that it's encrypted and using better algorithms.